the way. I'm tryna be okay, I'm tryna be okay. When I stop to breathe, I got a lot of rage. Your favorite rapper Weekend, he ain't got the range.
Welcome back to another episode of Road to William. Y'all, I got a special guest. He's back. Okay. This is not his first time, it's his second.
Yeah,
Okay. And
number two.
um, you got a lot of stuff coming up, so I want to get into that. But first, I just want to tell the people, how are you doing?
Um, let's see. Feeling a lot of energy. Like I'm like there are these times where I'm like, man, I feel like I'm heightened at a level where I'm just like never before have I felt this. But like I was saying right before we started, like also having the tools, the people and everything to just be like, okay, like calm down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so like just go literally on a wave right now and just holding on is what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to get into first your new song coming up. Tell us about your new song and the drop. Because I was looking for it on Apple. I'm an Apple Music person. I don't need y'all judging
Heard
me.
you.
I don't want Spotify. Sometimes Spotify don't have all these things, okay?
It's true.
Keep
It's
it
true.
above. I'm an
It's
Apple
true.
person. But to each his own.
To each his own. Yeah. So yeah, it's not up on any of the on anything yet, really, besides Instagram.
Mhm.
And I can explain why and that process. But yeah, so it's called The Last Airbender. And I guess if you've watched, have you seen The Last Airbender, the cartoon?
I haven't. Should I start
Okay,
with?
you should. I
Okay,
would
I will.
suggest that
Mhm.
everybody do this.
Okay.
My partner put me onto this during the pandemic, literally like maybe the first few weeks, months of that starting. Everywhere at home, like we're just like learning how to like live together, be together, work together, like so much. And we watched this and it was like mind blowing. Like it's supposed to be a kids show, but it's like way more than that. And and I don't even mean to say it like that. Like it's just like it's I'm so glad it's for kids and also it's for everybody. You know what I mean? You just got to jump into it. But the storyline, the main person is this like avatar who's this kid who's basically having all this responsibility on him to like save the world. And he's just a kid, you know? So it's just like the trials and tribulations of his experience, through this magical world and things like that. So like every single thing that I could possibly be obsessed with, just like wrapped up into one. And so yeah, I relate to it a lot because there's this one scene where and I what you call it? I sample this on the song. So, you know, this is another, you got to be careful with them copyrights and all
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? But it was so necessary, you know what I mean? And like I feel like a lot of my work feels like a collage of things that have imprinted on me. So, sometimes, I'm like I want to be able to put that out there without fearing like, oh shit, somebody's gonna be pissed that I like use this piece, but I'm like, it's so important to this song, like, and to me, and like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, you get your copyrights, Anyway, so
Right. You get money.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm
Let's
not making no
partner
money off
together. But
this.
I never understood that shit. Like, I don't get
I
that. People be
I
like,
don't
we
get it.
suing. They be like, we suing.
Yeah,
Bro, why can't we work if people rocking with this and it's giving you like work together? Come on, what the fuck?
just work together. It's like it's no offense, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not like it's I'm not like I'm saying like, oh shit, I made up this whole idea. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, okay, huh?
Um, yeah, I'm trying to actually make that clear. I didn't. But anyway, so I relate to the song a lot. I relate to that character a lot. This is gonna be argumentative, but I think he's a Libra. Okay, he's an air nomad. Okay, some people think that maybe he's a Gemini. I think that he's a Libra.
What do y'all think
Okay,
in the comments?
Exactly. Go off. Um, so, and I got some big Libra placements. So I was like, so I relate to it in that way. And yeah, like it's just like, man, I don't even know what this. I just was listening to this beat. it came to me pretty quick, and I was like, I mix and mastered it myself because I don't have any money to give anybody else money to mix
Yeah,
and master
yeah.
it. So I got to do it myself.
I be on Veloco. They give you a few mixing tools, but shit, I need somewhere to record. I can't go to the studio every time.
Yeah, yeah,
I like to
yeah.
record a lot, so I'm not about to drop 120 for how 4 hours.
No,
That should go by
no.
like that. You be like, wait, let me.
Yeah, because it's a lot of vibing that has to happen in the studio too. So
Right,
it's like for me, I gotta like when I go to the studio, it's only when I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I have everything written. I am never writing in the studio. I never do that.
no.
So
I always
it'll be
think growing up, I
yeah,
always was like, I got the vibe of like you got to come ready in the studio. Like
yeah,
that shit we see
yeah.
in the movies is like not realistic. Like they wasn't
It's
this
not
long.
no, no. And I
They
mean, but
use
I feel like
time and
they
money and shit, and niggas already ain't got it like that. Like what the fuck
nah.
really doing here?
No, 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 no. That's not. I can't do that. I don't
Let's
even
be
bring
real.
people. Yeah, it's
Right,
just me by myself. I'm like, I can't have people there. Like,
right.
um. So yeah, so I mix and match this shit on my own, and that's it. I'm like, I'm about to put it out on. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Like, I'm also an Apple Music person, actually. Like, I listen to Apple Music. Spotify, I just listen to like nature sounds on. So that's like my top 10 every year is just nature sounds like river,
Bro, I
like
be on
and
YouTube.
ocean.
Bro, YouTube is like my fucking Netflix to people. I'm gonna keep it up. I be
Yeah,
on the bitch every day. But look, the
100.
shit, that Mamba kicking in. What we was talking
Oh, we was talking about the song. Yeah, so the last Airbender, that's it. And I'm gonna
about?
put it
But the
out.
one we said, I don't know.
Apple Music. I don't know.
Mm. But oh, you're waiting. So you're nervous about the copyright of the song, like to put it on platforms.
A little bit, a little bit. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but um,
I don't know, like people do
yeah.
Keisha Cole shit, and she be finding out. I'm like, damn.
Oh, really? I feel like for this one. I think it'll be all right. But at least like I'm gonna put it up on SoundCloud or something real soon. I
I
just gotta put it
think
up
it's
there.
slow either way. Like, like how can we get it?
Yeah, yeah. I just gotta let it go, really.
Yeah, that really
Yeah,
you be holding
yeah,
yourself back.
yeah, yeah. There's this platform called Even that I've been
Oh,
like kind
here
of
you go.
wait, what? Have you
They're
heard of
trying
them?
to slither you through my algorithm. What the fuck is going on? That's all,
Nah,
even.
yeah. I mean, it's the algorithm know. So it's like if you're an independent artist, like it's gonna get to you.
Don't give the
Um,
algorithm the credit.
it's gonna give it to you. That's how it is. But yeah, I've been following them a little bit, so I'm like, let me check them out too and just see how that go.
Oh no,
Might as well.
I'll pay for that, bro. Let me know how much.
Yeah,
You don't
I
know nothing.
appreciate that.
Like, look, you name the price.
Yeah, what'd you think about it though? Did you listen to it on Instagram? What'd you think? Like,
Just from what I heard, I liked it. I would
yeah,
go
yeah,
back, but no, what I
yeah,
heard and me reaching out for it, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I always like your music, so
I appreciate that.
I'm not gonna push
Appreciate that.
that and I don't like.
Yeah, I appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna
Yeah.
keep being a bot.
Yeah, it's appreciative because I'm like, yeah, I like my shit. That's as best
Yeah,
as I can do. That's as much as I can offer to the world. It's like, oh, okay, I like this, so I'm gonna just put it out. Like it
right.
can't be any more than that.
I'm not putting it out for y'all. I'm putting it out for me. Shit.
At the end of the day, yeah,
Yeah,
I do make it for myself for sure. Like
right.
yeah, I listen to my stuff. Like I think if you were to see the plays on it, it would be like and like just thousands of times. Like
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of wild, but yeah, and then like select people in between.
Yo, but
Um,
let me know if you do that even thing.
yeah,
I'll push people your way too.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to see how it
Yo,
go.
no, it's looking like a lot of people are going over there too.
Yeah, but also I'm like I think still using the platforms that people use is still important.
You don't
Like
want
you gotta kind of use
to forget about
everything.
Facebook. People be forgetting about Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook. You're right. That is the
Bro,
one that I have not touched really at all.
I forgot.
Honestly, I don't even hit TikTok like that. I'm
Ooh,
I'm like,
ooh,
oof,
ooh,
I
what?
know. I just feel like I missed the boat. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I just
Talking
missed
about?
it.
What kind of shit are you talking?
I
What's
know. I
up, man?
mean, I feel like I did, but also maybe I'm just holding myself back a little
You
bit. And
are
this
just
is
make that account. What the fuck?
no. It's made. I've put up a few things, but I think like I haven't really mastered it. You know what I mean? Like, and not to say that I even mastered Instagram, but I just feel like I'm obviously
You're
feel like I'm more
consistent.
comfortable.
It's all about showing up, really.
Yeah.
Just show up. And people are like, oh yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
what the fuck? You could be outside in the sun. They'd be like,
yeah.
oh yeah, nigga. All right. Oh yeah, go listen to my music. All right, cool.
Yeah, look, shit. I'm listen. You could help me be digital marketing because I'm like,
Bro,
fuck, yeah,
I'm all for that. All for that.
yeah. Because it's a
I
serious
just like
business.
supporting people. I think it's really like
Yeah,
supporting each other. Like
yeah,
we ain't got
100%.
teams and shit. I ain't like
Yeah,
go talk to my
100%.
assistant and then we can
Yeah,
like, nigga, what do you need? And then come on.
yeah, yeah. You're right. Relationships. That's like I think that's my thing for 2024 right now. That's the theme.
Yeah.
Community, relationships. Like
I
I'm
like
like
that better than
network.
the network. Oh shit, you just fucking
Oh, I'm using the, I'm just trying to,
I
again,
was
I'm
like
trying to use,
anything but that's what it comes down to. That's what it is. Like you just gotta put
yeah,
your
I mean,
yeah.
it's a word that people register, you know what I mean? And when I think of it a little bit more like, like trees have networks of communication, you know what I mean? Um, so, to offer a little, softness to the word, you know what I mean? Wall Street got us fucked up.
Oh look,
Yeah.
speaking of registering. Now
Yes.
now we're getting serious.
Serious shit. Serious shit. Yeah, I'm about to have some water again. Yep.
We in class, they like, all right, let's for real get to the project. How we gonna divvy this up? I got shit to do today.
Yep.
um, you went to vote today. How was that
I
experience
did.
for you?
Voting, super easy for me. You show up. It's mostly never crowded. I think
Tell them your
I don't know.
state. Do you feel comfortable telling them?
I'm in Michigan.
Okay.
Um, I'm in Detroit. So the process ever since I got here has always been super easy. Like I don't know. It feels like a well-run machine and they got shit going. It's like 5 minutes.
Right.
5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, obviously, shit has been going down with like just the presidential election and everything, but it was important to go at least for the state things. I think that's become more clear. Like you got to get involved at least on the local level to some extent. I'm not saying I know everything and whatever, but when I'm driving around, I'm seeing something about the libraries being funded and that being a proposition that we gotta like check off on this ballot. Hill
Mm-hmm.
Harper's running. I'm like, seems great. You know what I mean? Calls for a ceasefire is like, not trying to be a Zionist. I'm like, great. So like things like that, I'm like, cool. Like those are the people we got to show up for, and all the other things in between. Like there's some other fundings for like state parks and shit, and I'm like, the state park that near my house has saved my life. Like I fucking love this park. Like you know what I mean? Like I love this park, so I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go to sign that little bubble to make sure this park is good. It got good bathrooms. It got water. I'm like, this is a good fucking park. You know what I mean? So yeah, you gotta just show up when you can, and then like if you can't, like don't beat yourself up about it. Like figure out another way. Like the pathways right now are like like just pull all the levers. That's what everybody gotta do. Pull
Yeah.
every lever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about what's going on in the race, in the presidential race right now? What's your thoughts on it?
It's been pretty wild to witness. But wait, let me ask you, how do you feel about like your like state, what's going on like on the state level?
State level, I think a big problem, people are nervous about like homeless people is like a big one because they
Yeah.
really are like all over the city. Like they're in parts. I'll drive. I'll say y'all, I'm in LA. That's as far as
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
LA's are gonna be. Like, that's why even like in my other videos, I'll be like California because I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
but no, it's all over. Like it's getting in the more suburban areas and stuff.
Yeah.
They're all over. But they few years the Olympics gonna be here, so they trying to sweep them motherfuckers
Yeah.
out this
Yeah.
thing. But where are you
Yeah.
putting it? Where are they going? And
Yeah.
they have all issues.
Yeah.
Pay, everything's increasing even more out here. So it's like work is harder to find, and
Yeah.
it's like for me that's specifically those major ones that I would want to
Yeah. Yeah.
handled about because a lot of the homeless people they are queer people too, and
Mm-hmm.
there's like no money. Like I can count every day like on my stories on
Yeah.
just on Instagram, like people in the city, like they're posting like people's cash apps, like go support them, they need housing. Like it's a
Yeah.
real thing. It's a real thing out here. Like people
Yeah.
are struggling, and so but that's why I'm just trying to bring awareness, as much as I can
Yeah.
to people on the platforms and stuff,
Yeah.
so we can all bring because people watching, people listening, like
Mm-hmm.
people are paying attention, and so but I
Yeah.
think we have the power to change with our voices.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And like even just the with the houselessness, it's like I feel like what we're realizing is we're all one, two checks from that experience. And like the biggest thing is like, how do you solve the root issue? You know what I mean? Is you give people housing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, just give them a crib. Like it's
yeah,
really as simple as that. It's like,
it
oh,
is
you
that
got
simple.
little ass teeny ass blocks in the middle. You're like, just
It is
put
that
the roof
simple.
over his head or her head or their head. Like it's not that deep.
It
But you
is
talk
that
about money
simple.
real quick, random
Yeah,
story, but it kind of
yeah.
relates. I think it was past summer. It's been, I don't know if you heard kids base jumping off downtown in Los Angeles, and they're like
Wow.
putting it on YouTube. And so they're like sneaking their ways up into these high rises and shit where it's supposed to be security type. Like
Yeah.
them niggas is moving through, going to the top of the building to base jump. And when I was security at one of them, I had to get up out of there. I was like, first of all, it's given. I ain't gonna last here long.
Wait, I gotta Google base jump because is it with a parachute?
Yes and no.
Some type of glide?
Different type. Like it's a different type,
Let me see. Let me just see real quick. Whoa. Okay, I see. They got the suits on.
and they jump. They go up there with their
Yeah.
backpacks and shit. But no, there's a
Okay.
building that's been abandoned, and it's well over. It's definitely like $1 billion, and it's just sitting there, and
Damn.
they trying to. They're like, bro, somebody gotta. It's getting dangerous. Like now, people are about to like, what if somebody just hurts themselves?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the whole thing, but they're just sitting there. It's like a high rise,
Hmm.
empty. Like y'all can
Yeah.
get housing right there. Like
That's what
the
I
dude who
mean.
on it, he don't even live
Yeah.
in the U.S. and he's
Yeah.
hiding people. Bro, like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Do y'all want to help people or not?
They don't. And I think that's what we have to realize. There are some people that do. There are people who want to help people, and there are people who do not want to help people,
Mhm.
and who will do anything to like remain, I guess, separated from people at the end of the day. I'm like, you cannot be, I don't know, like you got to be totally separated from your humanness to be like, oh, I'm going to continue to like not be like, it just is that. So,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
yeah. So, yeah. So as far as I guess the bigger situation that's going on, which was just so wild to watch, Biden, um,
What's going on? What's going
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just feel like,
on?
yeah,
Speak
it's
your
just really
truth. Yeah.
wild. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's really wild. Like I saw someone post today. I think his name is Dana White on Instagram, and maybe his real name, but that basically like all the people who were saying, "Oh, it's totally impossible to replace Biden right now. Like y'all don't know the system. Like y'all don't understand how this works. Like
Mhm.
just get behind him. Like." And
Mhm.
it's like, look what's happened. You know what I mean? And not to say that anybody in my home, I will say, is like suddenly now like all good. And like,
Right.
you know, with Kamala, that's certainly not it. Like my family has been affected by incarceration heavily. So Kamala Harris has never been cute to me, you know what I mean? And um yeah, and just like yeah, is nowhere near the type of candidate that I would actually be like, I'm gonna actually cape for you. Like I will never do that. But I'm gonna go vote, like I said, because at this point I feel like I'm throwing every lever and that's my decision. Like whatever lever is there
Mhm.
and we deal with the consequences because everybody sucks.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, that's how I was gonna go.
How do you
That's
feel?
how I feel.
How you? How do they? You feel they're treating like Palestine, and do you feel like they could be talking more? I feel like they're hitting. I was listening to her live she just did today,
Mm,
and she spoke on a lot of things where it's like, yes, yes, check them boxes, but I feel like they're still holding back on uh, a topic that not it's not just outside of the country, but people here are noticing and are speaking out about it on a more public level. Artists like
yeah,
Kalani, even just having the platform on Tiny Desk, like just having the platform for people to express that, um, and how easy you can just they're showing you how easy you can just speak on topics. How do you
yep.
feel like both candidates, or any other candidates you feel, people don't want to talk about Cornell West, but
Yeah, yeah.
I kind
He
of
is a
agree with a lot of
candidate.
things that he
Yeah.
said too. I just feel like he needs to partner with people because they he too radical for them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
They're scared of him.
And
They'll be scared of him.
yeah, but it's important for those people to show up and to be represented, you know what I mean? Because at some point we will get more radical candidates. Like that will continue to happen
Trump
as
is
we
a radical
continue.
candidate, I think. Like,
Exactly,
he's like,
exactly, and
and no
exactly.
one says that, but
Yes,
the black people is like, we got to put him
100%, 100%.
in.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, and it's like that's been happening for a long time. Um, so yeah, he didn't just come out of a vacuum. Like this has been ongoing. And I'm like, Kamala in some ways is similar. Like there really is not much difference between her and Biden besides like their identity. So their racial identity. Like there are other identities that are very similar actually. Like, like participant in a genocide. Like you have that identity now. You guys relate,
You're
and
just because we're reversing these roles or switching these roles, like you're still you're coming from that.
yeah. And like at some point, like being black and being a woman and being this and it's like it's not gonna it just doesn't matter. Like, are you like genociding people? Like that's I feel like that's my bigger question for you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
are you a warmonger? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like, is that identity I'm asking of people and my candidates, not are you black? Are you queer? Are you trans? I'm like, are you trying to murder people on mass levels
Mm-hmm.
here, you know? And for some reason, it seems like everyone who so far has ever come through those offices are just committed to that, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And that's why I'm like, it's not really any different. Like, I wish it were different, but it's not really that different. So, um, yeah, you know, I think just speaking about Kehlani, like, I think what we're gonna have is that more people are gonna have to start to just not drop the mic when it's hot. You know what I mean? And she has consistently shown that like when she's given access to a microphone, like she's gonna use it to the best of her ability.
Mm-hmm.
To try to generate a conversation around things that need to be talked about, that have like mass consequence. Like she's gonna talk about that and to the best of her ability. And it's like that's all anybody's asking for at this point. You know what I mean? But you got so many people who falter at that at all times. People who hide behind massive amount of money and who are just like, I'm just so afraid to speak right now. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like I can't even for me, that's why I'm like I mostly listen to myself at this point because I'm like I can't even engage with artists at this point that have not said anything. Like there are select few, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Where I'm just like, I'm a human, you know what I mean? You got a part of me. I'm gonna listen. But there are others that I've been able to let go of where I'm just like, I can't even trust you, you know? Because you can't say something very simple. This feels very simple, you know? And I'm like, I have a hard time not saying something about Palestine at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm like listening to all the music that I've made over the last couple of years, and I'm like, I'm gonna put something together. I'm gonna call it acts of discernment. I'm gonna put it together. But I was like, my music has changed. You know what I mean? Like my music has drastically changed in a year. I've always been talking some shit, but it's like I my I'm saying Palestine. I'm saying Palestine. Like I'm saying these things in my music now, where it's like I just can't even help it. I can't even,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? It's so I don't know how people are able to just not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know.
They're afraid of being canceled or the backlash that comes with it.
But that's the opposite. That's like we're headed in that's the wrong
Look,
direction.
we're gonna keep going. I got 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but we're gonna come back
Yeah.
because I ain't got the premium version. But
That's cool. I need to get that. I need to order that. Put the
I know,
subscription in.
my goodness, don't get me started with man. I think,
Production cost.
please, please, I'm really not trying to go through this right now. But no,
Yeah.
like being an independent artist um, can be costly. It
It's
costs
expensive as
a ball.
fuck. Which is expensive as fuck. It's like yeah, yes. And I'm like, yeah, it's expensive as fuck unless people are like, I'm gonna literally give you money to
Right.
be able to make the music
And I can
or
do
to
what I
make the
want with the
thing.
money. It's not like controlled, like, oh, and then you're like, bro.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, even I think that's a good idea too to hop over there. I've thought about it. I'm a little um hesitant because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but
That's mostly it too. I think getting over this thing of just trying it has been I gotta just all right, you know, let me just try it. Let me just see. It can't hurt, you know what I mean?
right.
Um, that's really the reality. It can't hurt.
No.
So I'm gonna try with this one and we're gonna see. I'm gonna see about these other ones because I gotta let stuff go in order for me to be able to think about new things,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So that's why I'm like, okay, let me start putting these things out.
what would be your idea album? Like, say you made an album, what would it look like? Because I know you said you would want to speak on Palestine and what's going on all over the world. Like,
Yeah,
what would that look like, and how do you like bring change through your music?
great questions. I feel like if I had access to some sum of money, it's not like some endless amount of money, but some sum of money.
Right.
Right? People be like, I need $1 million. I'm like, nah, I've
No.
done a lot with you know what I mean? I've done a lot with a lot
Right.
less. So it's like enough to pay. My thing is always like enough to pay for the equipment and enough to pay for the people involved. I
Yes.
think I love getting people involved. If I could pay you, that's mostly why I do things on my own because I'm like, I can't pay you. You know what I mean? Like because I just feel like in this day and age, like if I'm asking you for your time, I'm trying to at least see if I can pay you something.
Yeah.
Um, but it's difficult. So you end up learning how to do a lot of things on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just had enough to pay people, it would be like this. Yeah, I think it would be, I don't know, it would actually be pretty wild. I think it would just be really epic. Like I feel like a lot of my music is episodic, so it would be like this movie soundtrack type
Mm-hmm.
of thing, that's talking about this like experience of existing in this world. I feel like all my music is always just trying to be like, how do I connect dots? You know, the things that I like, I'm just like bigging those things up, a lot of that stuff. Like I might reference a show or a movie or whatever it is, and it's just like I like pop culture, like I am also on YouTube, and I'll say this. I even went so far as to pay for YouTube
Hey.
Premium
Yeah.
because I can't deal with the commercials.
Yeah. I have
Like
on my phone, like if I'm at work or something, like
I'm always watching YouTube.
that's when I
Oh my
use the
God.
premium. But my other account,
Yeah.
obviously, when I'm at the crib, that'd be
Yeah.
making me want to skip. It'd be like 40 seconds. I'm like, bro,
I can't.
I can't wait.
No, and then it's the type of commercials that they be
Right.
playing too. I'm like, wow, some of these are really, I'm traumatized a little bit, or I'm really like, you know what I mean? I'm like, you really turned off my entire experience, my night, because you shown me a piece of this commercial or whatever this random
Yeah.
person's ad is. Because I also watch some MMA shit, so you get all the right wing
Mm.
stuff when you watch MMA. Like it be wild, like men in the woods talking about like America and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, this is traumatizing. Please off.
Anytime I see like a U.S. flag on somebody's car, I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, turn it off. Turn it
Oh
off.
shit! And if they got a flag, I'm like, oh no,
Turn it
reverse.
off. Yeah.
I'm
So
leaving.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I was like, I gotta pay for that shit.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah.
Um, but
So yeah, it'd be episodic. Mad different artists would get involved.
yes.
Like not like a ton, but like a good group. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? There are some people that I like. I'm like, oh, I want to work with you. I want to work with you, like that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That I just think we would have like a good vibe and like create something really new and interesting. Can you hear that?
I heard something. I didn't know them.
Yeah, it's the cats. The
Oh,
cats are having a standoff. The cat's outside.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's really like kind of wild. This is a side thing about cats though. They sound like babies. It's kind of crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that weird?
What the hell?
Like, how did they evolutionary? How did they're really smart. 'Cause that's what it was. They were like, I'm gonna sound like baby, and then things are gonna be good for me.
hmm
Cats are really smart. Anyway, so yeah.
Um, before we go, I always want people to kind of like speak into existence. Like, what do they want? Like, what's your goals? That like, where do you see yourself within this next year or by the end of the year? Where do you see yourself mentally and like with your career with music?
Yeah. Um, it's August. Okay. August is always a pretty good month for me. I enjoy this season, this time, Leo season into Virgo season. Um, so let me see. End of the year, I definitely want to have put out this thing I'm calling acts of discernment.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's just all the different ways that I'm from separating myself from like this almost like this hip hop figure of like I don't know. I think part of like how I've seen hip hop like evolve is like from the experiences of like I don't know. I don't want to say like Drake to from Drake to Kendrick. Nah, just playing. Um, nah, but even just
Are
like
you team
my
Kendrick or are you team Drake?
I'm team nobody. I'm team Palestine. Somebody should have said something about Palestine and all of that, and it would have been I would have been on their team. Um,
Someone could have had the what do they call
the
it?
Kufia. I'm like anything, god damn, like shit, but
Me and my
there
girl
you
got one.
go. There you
Me and my
go.
girl got
My
one. Hello.
I got mine over there. It's packed up. But yeah,
White
exactly.
don't
I'm like,
show up good,
there
but
you go. Listen, but you know what it is when you see it. So
they could have
I'm
been
like,
that in his video, not
I'm
like
like,
us when they was dancing. That would have been a dope shot. They still got
yeah.
opportunity. Drake still can come back and hit you with it. What if that? Huh? Huh?
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit too late now. Like I don't want to say too late. It's I'm trying to get away from this idea that anything's too late, but I'm good, is what I'll say. I've been
Right.
good on Drake. I've been good on Drake for a minute
Like,
though. So
like you trying to focus on your own stuff. Like,
yeah. I haven't listened to Drake in years.
no, but
Like,
I
yeah.
haven't listened to him since Take Care album. I'm gonna keep it a beat. That
Yeah, like where I'm like I'm listening to you like that, except
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. That was
couple features here and there, but I was like, you're not hitting my soul. That's the whole thing I'm talking about. I gotta separate myself
music
from
ain't
that
music.
shit.
Everybody talking about the same shit.
And it's like played out. It's like go get a therapist, please get a therapist. You got to something,
Oh,
something.
I love that. Oh, I also wanted to add. Oh, it's 444. Uh-oh.
Oh, nice,
I always be trying to
nice.
look it up. Look it up.
Perfect timing.
They're like you're paranoid. That's what it means. Yeah.
Nope, nope.
No, it ain't. That's
Uh,
what it is. I'm gonna later. Anyways, I also wanted to add about
yeah.
another problem that I've been seeing is in LA, a lot of crime has been happening. Like
Mm-hmm.
older people are getting killed. I don't know if I
Mm-hmm.
can say that or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
people say a lot of crazy shit on YouTube, so I feel like
Yeah. It's the truth. Yeah.
they got doctors out here spreading message. They got a right to say random ass shit. I'm not gonna give them that.
There's
I can say
doctors
about
out
Dr.
here.
Pepper, you don't know.
That's hilarious.
But what I mean is like a lot of older people have been dying. Black, not just black women, but brown women, Hispanic women
Mm-hmm.
are
Mm-hmm.
getting killed. Like
Mm-hmm.
even like Burbank area. That was mainly where there's like protesting over there with the actors strike and stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting more like dangerous in those subways because they got a little subway. I'm like, I wouldn't go down
Wow.
there. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah.
But they're killing women down there, like in
Wow.
that vulnerable spot. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like an older woman who we said in our last video we did together. Older people shouldn't even be working. There shouldn't be no like, but they're out here. They got to go to work. They got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're dying.
So I'm like, yeah. All of it is just a symptom of this like fucked up society just not wanting people to have access to the resources that we have.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough resources for everything. There's enough resources to make it so crime, they always try to make it sound like it's this really complicated thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is not. If you give other people things like if people are not having to fend for food, housing, shelter, health, like leisure, like space to think, space to actually relax, like
Mm-hmm.
people would actually work. Like people would actually like people don't not want to work, you know what I mean? Like we have this inclination to want to accomplish goals. Like that is a human
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's just that somebody was like, "Oh, let me take this thing that we all have and try to stuff everybody into a box or a prison or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all make money for me and I do absolutely nothing, you know? So like all these things have like a root cause, you know, even like crime, you know, it's like, oh, like these people are this is happening in this area or whatever. It's like, yeah, like they want it that way, you know? Like give people housing, give people food, give people access to like it's really simple, you know.
Oh,
Healthcare for mental health, you know, like
mm-hmm.
all types of things.
How do you have a therapist right now?
I do not, and I need one, and I wish I had one.
I,
But
I
I'm a huge fan of therapy. Like,
yes,
yeah.
I'm in the process. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show the world me looking dumb, looking for one, and how vulnerable and it can be. trying
Yeah,
to
it's
find
like
your person. You're
dating.
trying to find your
Yeah.
person. Like,
Yeah, it's dating in a sense. Like you gotta find a right fit,
yeah.
you know, you gotta make sure that they take your first you could afford them because
Oh,
I'm like, yo, $150 a session. Like, I hear you. I want you to get your paper, but like right
right. Like
now,
I want to see
I
you, but damn.
I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Like, they need a group session or something. I'll go to that. I go to the group sessions. Um,
Bro.
but yeah, yeah.
I also wanted to end it off with what are some demands I've heard in the media of like, oh, like black people, we're not demanding enough for people to get our votes and whatnot. So, what are some
Mm.
like three demands I think publicly for people to see? What are some demands you would want to see for you and your community and your people?
Yeah, again, it's real simple for me. I feel like everything's so simple. Like it's give people access to the resources that we have. There's more than enough to go around. Allow people to be who they want to be, allow people to choose where they want to work, choose, you know what I mean? And not have to choose things based off of these arbitrary things that are just like, somebody was like, I'm gonna literally just put all these barriers here and just like, it's like non-existent barriers, but like very real. It's like none of this has to be the way that we live. So I'm just looking for people who are just trying to access that. And I think like for me, knowing that like our real lives here are like blips in the whole evolution of this thing, you know? So like trying to always push for more and finding the balance and like the harmony of like I'm gonna try to support and like I said, pull all the levers that I can that I have access to right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't even have like if like vote for Cornel West, vote for Kamala, like pull your lever, you know what I mean? Like you know, I'm not don't vote for Trump, you know what I mean? Like pull the lever. Um and go if you can. Like and if it truly is like against your politic to participate,
Mm-hmm.
continue doing the other thing that is not against your politics because that's also necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. I don't give a fuck. Just do it. You know what I mean?
Do
That everything's
something.
connected.
Do something.
Something, something, something. Everyone can do something. Stop drinking fucking Coca-Cola and all that shit. Stop going to McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, stop going to Starbucks. You know what I mean? Like, just simple things. Like, go to a local coffee shop. You know, make your own coffee. Just abstain from certain things be a part of the collective. It feels really good. It's really nice. You know what I mean? And the tides are different. It's gonna be really weird if you, it already is. But
Yeah.
if you are not saying free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, like even if you don't know everything, but if you just start to tap in a little bit, please connect the dots. You know what I mean? Connect with the organizations or whatever. Or I'm not even always with the orgs. You know what I mean? Just tap in.
Why
Just
aren't you
tap
with
in,
boards?
man. I gotta be. I'm learning how to be a little bit more open to mistakes and like
Hmm.
you know. So if I feel like an organization, like I think a really big thing that I've noticed every time I get close to like joining something, you find out that they like it's mad patriarchal or some, you know,
You
it's
started
you
that
know something or
the
it's like
old
it's
traditional way, but it's like, oh, but for us,
yeah, like it still be other stuff going on, you know. And I think for me, something when that happens, I'd be like, I'm done. Like, but I'm
I'll be
trying
back
not to
in
do
high
that.
school and it's clicky. You're like, bro,
Exactly.
so I gotta be cool with this nigga just because
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
even like
And
that.
exactly. I don't know, like, yeah, and just like fucked up things, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, sometimes I'm just like, eh. And then other times, like I said, I'm trying to balance it out and be like,
I think the right
every,
ones will flock. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, just,
Hmm.
yeah, like I said, you just pull your lever, you know? I feel like for me, the one that is super accessible to me right now is like things like voting, things like my music. I'm always talking about things that I'm like, I'm trying to connect some dots for people, trying to make you feel something, you know. I think that music is important, you know.
That's another thing I
Um,
like about Cornell West. He
yeah,
really understands that music does bring change. Like he
absolutely.
was
Yeah.
homies with these niggas like Sam,
Yeah,
Marvin
yeah,
Gaye, like
yeah, yeah,
so
absolutely.
he
Yeah.
understands like its power in that too. So I think it's important. Like I don't want people to like overlook your music too and what you stand for. Free Palestine, free Congo. I'm with that as well. I just
Right.
want people to know who you are, and like that's why you're on my platform. You're always welcome. I
Appreciate
might
it.
backlash for it. I don't really care. Oh, lame. Like,
Listen. The
ugly.
day I get
Like,
backlash, the day I get backlash, that means I made it. So,
right, and pay
you
us.
know,
It's like,
yeah,
we
exactly.
got bills to pay.
Run them up, run it up. You know what I mean?
You know,
Run it up.
I be watching T.S. Madison. She be having me,
Yeah, yeah,
but I be trying to, I be like, what are y'all saying? They don't be saying that sometimes. I be like, bro, what y'all doing? And her
yeah,
platform is really big. I feel like she has weight to be like, she has room to be like, hey, I can. She don't be saying. She just glad people fucking. And I support that. And I don't want to come off
yeah,
as a hater, but it's like, but hello,
yeah, yeah,
nothing's happening. Like, we
yeah.
all fucked up. Like you just want more
Everybody's,
money.
yeah.
But
It's as
everything.
simple as that.
That's why I'm
Everybody's fucked
like,
up.
as I'm growing, like I'm like, okay, I don't. I pray to God I don't want to be like these niggas who just stay content because like, oh nah, I got something. I'm like, hell no, nigga.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't, and I feel like that's why we're kind of stuck now. Like, it's like, why are you
Yeah, I mean, they're stuck.
in
We're not
positions
stuck.
that don't, you know? Mhm.
Yeah, they're stuck. We're not stuck. We're moving. They're getting left behind. That's the whole thing, you know? The tides are changing.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
that's what we're all experiencing, and that's not going to be comfortable, you know?
Mhm.
Nothing comfortable about that. Like suddenly your fave, you realize doesn't give a fuck about you at all. Like, you know, like doesn't even like make their own music type shit. Like, you know, it's
That's
none of it
really
was
important.
real.
I don't think people understand like making your own music is gonna hit different every time. I don't give a fuck who wrote for you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't feel that
But
shit.
yeah. But we've all been susceptible. I mean, like, you know, at the end of the day, we're human. So like repetitiveness and all of these things are going to have an influence. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to like figure out. This is why I want to call my album, mixtape, whatever, acts of discernment because it's like you have like to be able to discern for yourself, like, should I be ingesting this or not? You
Mm-hmm.
know, like, or I've already ingested this because I'm living in this world that just is I'm up against a lot. You know what I mean? You're gonna ingest things that are not good, but how do I, work through that? How do I compost that? How do I figure it out, you know? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, you gotta discern yourself. You gotta figure out who you are, basically.
What
What you
have you
stand for.
learned? What have you learned these past years, bro? These people keep calling me. But what have you learned in this past few years just being a man and being a trans man? How have you feel like you've grown as a man?
I don't even really like relate to being a man. That's part of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I have no desire to try to fill some role that was never even really cool to begin with, you know? So for me, like I enjoy seeing like myself just continue to evolve. Like I feel like I'm really just this light spirit being that's in this sack of suit. And I'm like, okay, I like the way that this sack of suit looks, you know. Again, I'm only human. I'm gonna have these things, you know. Um, I like this one better.
Yeah.
All right, sue me, motherfuckers. Like, just, sorry,
You want to push this whole like you gotta be fine. And it's like, bro, I'm
nah,
weird. I'm chilling.
sorry,
You don't
not
gotta be
sorry.
like
I'm
that.
good.
That's not masculinity.
Yeah, no, no, no. And even today, it was funny. My partner was saying how like they feel like I just am masculine. There's not like an act to it. I just am. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of always been that way. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm having these experiences sometimes now with masculine people.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, cis men, where I'm like, do y'all forever go so hard when you're wrong? Like, do you have the inability to apologize? Like, do you literally cannot communicate? Like, like, I'm having these moments where I'm like, because I feel like I don't really have a lot of cis men in my life, but I'm dealing with an experience with a person who's just in the periphery of my life where I'm just like, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So those are things that I'm learning, and I can see how sometimes I reflect some of those characteristics. Like if I have a pretty fiery tone, so even if I'm not meaning to say something in a certain way, it still might come off in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like I have to just be like, oh shit, yeah, like let me like pull back a little bit, you know? And I'm a hothead. Like I can get like really my energy, even if I'm not screaming or anything, like my energy just goes whoom. Like, you feel it. And it's like, all right, like I
Mm-hmm.
actually prefer to be a little bit calm, cool, and collected. Like that's actually what I'm aiming to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think those are the things that I'm coming to terms with. And it has nothing to do with the gender. This is like anybody can have this experience, and I'm like, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling less and less into these things around gender boxes.
Yeah.
It's more about like it's absolutely no barriers whatsoever, and like I'm constructing it. I'm like, oh, okay, I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I have investigated enough in myself to know that I truly like this.
It's all about you. Like
Yeah.
people was
Because I'm
like,
like, you
oh,
can't
it should
connect
be
with
like
people.
this though. It's like why?
Yeah, you can't connect with people
The
like
fuck?
that if you don't
We're
know.
all gonna die one day. I ain't got time to go your way. I'm trying to
Yeah.
what's going
Trying
on?
to make my own
I
way.
gotta live
Yeah.
for you. What the fuck?
Yeah. But
Uh,
it's hard to respect people's whatever, like people's individuality if you don't respect your own individuality. And I'm like, that's really, again, I feel like one of the fundamental easy problem to me that's solved.
yeah.
Respect yourself. And I'm like, I
Right.
have a far better tolerance for other people because I have tolerance for myself, you know.
Mhm.
So,
How
yeah.
important is it for you? Because I know you say you like going to the park. How important is it for you, like spiritually and mentally? How does that help?
Absolutely everything.
I didn't mean to offend you if I offended you by it.
No, 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 no. I'm
I'm not
like I
that
said,
type of
nah,
guy.
no.
Hmm.
There's like I said, I'm like this and very few things less than it doesn't offend me. That's what I'm saying. The park, being outdoors, super important for me recently. I think like in the last year, like we started to take more walks just like as exercise, but also just like, okay, I'm feeling really intense emotion. Like let me go walk. And then we started going to this state park that's nearby. And it's got these like it just feel like you're not like you suddenly get transported, you're not in the middle of the city. You're just like it's like the trees are large enough to kind of just block everything out. You're near the river. So there's like water, there's some, you know, it's just nice. And it just has meant everything. We are gonna be moving soon, and we're gonna move in like a little bit further away. And it's been my biggest like I'm so sad. Um, but it's worth it to do so, and it's still not super far. I think that's one thing I'm kind of grateful for. Growing up in New York, like driving in Detroit, I'm like, this is nothing. Like if I gotta drive 15 minutes somewhere, no problem. I have no problem doing that. Because I'm actually moving at least out here, whereas in New York, you're going like 2, 3 blocks, it take you an hour. Like,
What was that
um,
like living in New York? You just threw that in there.
oh yeah, I'm from New
Yeah, I lived
York.
in New
Yeah,
York. You know,
I'm from New York.
I thought I'm learning something new, y'all. This is what it's all about. I don't know shit, and we on the road for me learning this dumbass.
Yes, my bad, my bad. I am from New York. I was born and raised in Harlem, and yeah, I moved out.
You know,
Yeah,
Tiana Taylor.
yeah, Ah,
You know
yeah.
Tiana.
I
Tiana.
know what.
You know who Tiana is, then y'all.
I know. I'm like probably 1 degree, 2 degree separation from Tiana.
Here you go.
It's small. It's small. It's a
You know
small
Spike
spot.
Lee. You could get Spike Lee. Y'all do a film.
Spike Lee.
I
Spike
think
Lee from
Spike
Brooklyn,
Lee.
though. I think
He needs to keep going back, huh?
he from Brooklyn.
I don't. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get this is different, but
It's
I want to go
different.
to
It's
New York
different.
one day. My girl lives
Yeah.
in New York. She's like, I
Hmm.
think you would love it out here. I'm like, oh gosh, don't tell me that.
Yeah. So you've never been to New York?
I've never been to the home of hip hop.
Wow.
I've never been. That's my goal.
Wow. Yeah.
My goal to go to New York.
Yeah. It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't been in like a year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, it's a vibe. Like I at the end of the day would never want to be from anywhere else. Like I love that I'm from there. I love that I grew up there.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's absolutely unaffordable.
Oh yeah.
And it's like mad police state, like the mayor is a dummy or the governor, like everyone is just like they're blocking masks like from I'm just like just it's just really terrible. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
gotta go, gotta go. So yeah, Detroit's been a perfect landing place for
Mm-hmm.
a person who's from New York,
Oh
still
wow.
wants the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Midwest though, because it's like I enjoy a slower pace. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have to be working just to live. Like I don't want that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I love Detroit.
Shout out to Detroit.
Shout out to Detroit, big time.
Y'all voted today.
Yes,
They just
Michigan
closed it.
voted.
They closed the polls. I don't know what time it is.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. It's probably still people in lines though, but we'll see. Let me check it out. Hopefully, all the things I voted for come through.
And I want to end it off here. Just let them know where to find you.
Yes.
Support you.
Yes, on everything. I'm Father Venus Music, and Venus like the planet, father like your father. Music like music to your ears. And yeah, find me there. Anybody want to talk to me about like, putting shit out or collabing, hit me up. You know, like I don't know. Some shit's gonna be coming out soon. I gotta get this stuff out there. Cause like I said, it feels like baggage in some ways. Like I gotta release it so I can write some new things. And just keep this ride going. So yeah, if you fucking with it, let me know. That's very important for a Libra in the Aries. You gotta let me know you fuck with it. So I can keep putting it out and then keep making moves.
I love that.
Yep. Appreciate you for having me as always. Love the platform. Love the personality. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it pop off. It's gonna pop off one day.
I don't want it to give off Hotep, so I mix some queer shit in there. I start getting people on here like, yeah, but you. I'm like, hey,
yeah, you gotta chill out. That's how I'm like, yo,
nigga, bro,
chill out. It's cool, like.
But you always got my support. Yeah,
appreciate it.
Anytime you want to come on here for anything, you always got a platform here.
I appreciate it. And likewise, we got to keep collabing in as many different ways as we can.
I already told you they tell me everything. Damn. Looking like, hey, I know you DM me that.
Multiple collaborations, though. I'm saying, it's gonna keep growing.
I'm gonna have everything in the description to follow him. And is that your pronoun? What are your pronouns?
Yeah, you could do him. You could do they, them.
Okay.
Any of those work for me.
I always check every once in a while. I'm here.
Yeah, it's good to check in. Thank you for telling me. And yeah, I'm like, it's normal, guys. Like it's it's cool, Yeah. Hey, what's your pronouns? Oh, cool. These are mine.
Right. One time I was like, how should I ask somebody? I'm like, just ask them.
Yeah, like
it's no secret, like lock. Like don't be a dick about it,
Yeah. Just be chill. Be chill. It's like, all right. There are different people, okay?
They've landed here on Earth.
Yeah. Okay, it's cool. That's why I'm like, I know the aliens are gonna fuck with me at the end of the day. So
bro, please. But no. Yeah, I wish you nothing but the best. Love, success,
thank you.
All that stuff. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
Yes.
Follow Father Venus Music. He gonna be dropping on Even Biz.
Yeah, probably. I should probably follow through with that now.
Trevor Jackson, one of his fans, paid him $900 just
for
the album.
No,
he shared. He was like, "What the fuck?"
That'd be nice.
I think people will gravitate towards something they love. So,
I do agree with that. So
it happened
for sure. We're calling it in. Find it on Even when I drop it.
Yes. All right, y'all.
I appreciate you. Appreciate the platform. Love it. And continued success.
Thanks. Peace.
Peace.
Build a way. I'm tryna be okay. When I stop to breathe, I got a lot of rage. Your favorite rapper Weekend, he ain't got the range. They got so much pain. The first rule of combat?